Hey guys, welcome to Troy Time. Hey, check it out. We got a good one today, guys. I'm going to go over with you a brand new way that I've been growing food in my backyard. It's super simple, super easy, and you can do it too. It's been working great. Let's go over it next. All right, guys, so what I want to describe to you is a hydroponic wicking system. We're going to be using the downspouts, the same ones that we used in the past, still with the pool noodles, but now we're going to use a wicking system. I did some prototyping with this system this season, and let me tell you, it outperformed all my other gardens, okay? So it's a great way to go. It's a combination hybrid between soil and hydroponics. It's a wicking system, and let's talk about how you build it. Okay guys, we're going to start things off with our regular downspouts. These are the Mike Van Duzy special ones that we've made in the past and used with great success. Also, we're going to have a few other things here. We're going to use some bags of soil, okay? You can get different sizes. Here we'll be using 1 and 2 gallon sizes here. I'll leave a link to the bags in the description below. And a few other items here. Here we have a pool noodle. We've got some wicks, some wicking material, and some plastic forks. We're going to start with our pool noodle, just like this. We're going to cut about a 1-inch ring. And then we're going to cut out a little Pac-Man piece. That's going to wedge into our downspouts, okay? And basically, we're just going to use our fork as a wick support. So we're going to put the wicks right under the tines of the fork, and it's going to hold the wick in place for us, just like that. We're going to put the whole thing right into the downspout. And it just works out perfect. The fork is just going to hold that wick upright, and then you're going to cut about a 1-inch hole at the bottom of these plastic bags, and that will allow the fork and the wick to just slide right up inside. So the downspout's going to hold the fork and the wick with the pool noodle, and the bags are going to slide right on top. I also want you to realize that a bag won't sit perfectly on one downspout, so you should really do it in 2 downspout pairs. You should use every other hole, as you can tell I'm doing here in this picture, and your bag's going to alternate from one downspout to the other. So you'll be wicking from one and then sort of using the other one as just a balance point for the bag. So you can tell that each of these bags here kind of goes across 2 different downspouts, and that's how they stay balanced and that's how they stay upright. So hopefully that's clear in that picture. You can tell here, that's why we have one downspout hanging off the edge, is because you need that to kind of help support those bags. So you should do it in 2 downspout pairs. Yeah, so here's the garden as it's growing, and man, it's just so lavish and so lush. Every time I walk by this thing, it was just green and growing awesome, right? There's a look at our carrots as they're coming up. Those did really, really well. The soil's nice and moist, as you can tell. Radishes did amazing. I had some fails in my other soil garden on my radishes. Some of them didn't radish and some of them bolted, and those were just with soil. But this wicking method really did a good job. And you can just tell, look how lavish and lush. I had to go through actually a couple times and just sort of clear out some of the leaves because it got so dense. And that's great because a lot of the leaves, a lot of this stuff is edible. The turnip leaves and the radish leaves, all that stuff's edible. So really, really good way to go. I love this wicking system. It just works so well this season. You can just tell it's amazing. It's like a jungle right there. I love it. It's awesome. It just did so good. And even some struggles in our soil garden, but not in the hydroponic garden. The wicking system here was really, really good. So I really like this system. I'm just showing you here it growing. We got real good yields off of this, and this was just like prototyping, so I just kind of did 1 row of each thing. But next season, oh man, look at those radishes. Next season, I'm going to be using this a lot, okay? I'm going to be using a lot of my stuff. I'll talk about some of the advantages of it here once we go back inside, but I just wanted to just show you this garden. We'll take a little walk through with the video and just let you see kind of what it looks like. It's just, I'm really, really pleased with it. So yeah, so we've got peas, we've got carrots, we've got radishes, and we've got turnips. At this point, I believe I've already harvested the radishes. I'm just showing you how the bags balance across 2 of them there. Yes, at this point, we've already harvested the radishes, and look, it's still completely full. So we've got our peas. Those are just starting to flower. Those are doing great. Our carrots are nice and coming up there. It's about time to thin the carrots out. I've already harvested the radishes. That's why there's sort of an empty row there next to the carrots. We got some great radishes. Man, they were huge, guys. They were really, really huge. So that's what that empty space is. And now our turnips are coming up. They're starting to shoulder. I might have placed them a little too close on some of these bags, but I was just kind of getting them in there. I was more concerned with the prototype than I was the actual placement on the turnips. But yeah, look at this one. This one's huge already. So yeah, we'll be harvesting those turnips here soon. It does look like we got a little bit of a cabbage fly on some of the turnips in the back, but that's okay because we're going to be pulling these before too much longer as a nice good harvest on these turnips. Yeah, man, Loving this. Loving this garden, man. It's just working out great. It's so easy, and it's got just a fail-safe because it's a hybrid. You know, it's you've got the benefits of the soil and the benefits of the hydroponics both in play, and it just works out really, really well. We'll go inside. We'll talk about some of the advantages. I'll just let you look at this and just take in the greens and see what it looks like, man. I really like this method. And so let's talk a little bit about the advantages. And I hope you try this season. I really do. It's a really good way to go. So simple. Just use some plastic forks and some wicking material. Anyone can do it. And then you don't have to water all the time. And it just really takes care of itself. It's really, really nice. So let's talk about some of the advantages of using this hydroponic wicking system, okay? One, the obvious one, now you can grow root vegetables with hydroponics, okay? So that's gonna give you your carrots, that's gonna give you your turnips, that's gonna give you your beets, that's gonna give you your radishes. You can grow all your different root vegetables now because you're growing them in soil, essentially with the hydroponic nutrients underneath. So it just works out awesome. So now you've got all your root vegetables taken care of. Another great advantage is now you're not worried about plant size. Previous to this, if you only tried to grow in the downspouts, your larger plants simply don't have enough root space. But now, since you have a soil cap on top, you're not limited in your soil cap. So now you can grow in a 1 gallon, 2 gallon, 5 gallon cap on top of the hydroponics, and you can grow large plants. You can grow large cucumbers, you can grow large tomatoes. Anything you want, you can put on top of that and just wick it down, and it's gonna do awesome. It's been working great. Another great benefit is that it doesn't dry out. So previous to this, when I was using the cracky method, I've got a lot of gardens in a lot of different spaces, and I'd always kind of forget one or two here or there, and it would dry up. And as soon as the nutrient solution goes down below the roots, man, those plants, they wilt and they die really quick, okay? But with this, even if all your nutrients drain, you're still just growing your plant just like it's in soil. So it's still gonna be just fine. And as opposed to just using the cracky, you don't have to even worry about the water level. You can't go too high in a wicking system. In a cracky system, if you overfill it, your plant's going to drown. If you underfill it, it's going to basically dry up and die. But in the wicking system, you can fill it all the way up to the top. You can fill the reservoir all the way up. It's not going to hurt the plant one bit. Even if the reservoir goes all the way down and dries out, the plant's still going to exist in the dirt, and it's still going to last for a long while. It's not going to just completely flop over and dry out and die. So it works awesome. Additionally, you don't even have to use nutrients. You could use this system and just sub-irrigate using water. So if you ran out of nutrients or you just didn't have any made up at the time, all you have to do is just fill the bottom reservoir with water and you're good to go. It's still going to wick the water up into the soil the same way. And the plants love it. The plants have been doing so good, guys. So I'm super pleased with it. There's lots of advantages. And I'm going to be using it a lot going forward. Another great advantage is that you can do your soil-loving plants with this method. Specifically, I'm referring to beans and peas. Beans and peas form a beneficial relationship with the soil, with all the microorganisms, and they help build all the nitrogen in the soil. So now you can do those beans and peas in a soil cap on top of the hydroponic reservoir using the wicking method. So it's just another great reason to use it. So I'm going to be using this method a lot going forward. As we transition into the warmer crops, I'm going to be doing beans in it. I'm going to be doing squashes in it. And it's been working great with all the cool weather crops that we're just coming out of. I'm sure you've seen the pictures on the video. I'm loving it. And like I say, compared to my soil garden, the wicking system did better. Even compared to a lot of my pure hydroponics, the wicking system's been doing really, really well. So really like this system. It's so simple to do and so easy. It takes so little. And it's so versatile because now with the downspouts, it's super easy to just change it out. I don't have to dedicate a whole downspout to be one whole type of thing. I can use it in one grow as a wicking container, and I can use it in the very next grow. It's just a full hydroponic container. So it gives you a lot of versatility. It allows for a lot of type of interplanting and different things. And so I think it's just awesome, and I'm using it a lot. It's been working great, and I just wanted to pass it on to you guys. Yeah, so that's what we got for today. It's good stuff. Subscribe to my channel, right? Share this video with your friends. This is good stuff, guys. There's a lot of people using these downspouts, using this wicking method. It's really a great way to go. A lot of advantages like we talked about. Thanks for showing up today. Check back soon. We got lots of videos coming. As always, we're happy you're here. Like and share these videos. We'll talk to you again soon. This is Troy Time. I'm out.